to my class. So today we're going to continue our lesson in IGCSE Chemistry, Chapter 4, Stoichiometry. For today's topic, we're going to learn about limiting reactant. Now, I want you to imagine like you want to make a beef burger. So what do you need? Yes, you need 2 pieces of bread and then a beef patty in order for you to make a beef burger. What happens if you are provided with 100 pieces of bread but only one beef patty? How many beef burger can you make? Although you have so much bread but you only have one beef patty, so the total amount of beef burger that you can make is only one. Okay, so since two of the bread is being used up in this process in order for you to make a beef burger, so what happened to the remaining 98? So the remaining 98 is remain unused, so they are in excess. The bread and the beef patty are both reactant, so the one that extra was the bread. So this is what we call in excess. So the one who was not enough was called limiting reactant, because as soon as beef patty was used up, the reaction had to stop. So you couldn't make any more beef burger without any more beef patty. Since both of them are reactant, it will produce a product. Product, the amount of product is of course determined by the one that is less. You can't say that since we have 100 pieces of bread, it will produce 100 beef burger. No, it goes according to the limiting reactant. So now let's recall back what does it mean by limiting reactant. Okay, so the limiting reactant is the reactant which is not present in excess in a reaction, and then it is always the first reactant to be used up, which then causes the reactions to stop. So based on our example just now, so the beef patty, we have only one. So the moment the beef patty is used up, the reaction is stopped. And then in order to determine which reactant is the limiting reagent in a reaction or not, we have to consider the ratios of reactant in the balance equation. So now let's apply this concept to your chemical equation. Pause the video and try to answer this question. Are you ready? Okay, so the question asks you 8 grams of sulfur react with 10 grams of oxygen. So first of all, you need to come up with the chemical equation first. Okay, so sulfur react with oxygen and then we produce sulfur dioxide. Okay, second step is for you to determine whether it is balanced or not. As you can see, both sides already balanced. Okay, now let's move on to your first question. Calculate the mole of sulfur. So how are you going to come up with the value of mole of sulfur? Yes, okay. So you have this formula. Mole equals to mass over molar mass. So given to you, the mass for sulfur is 8 gram. You divide with the molar mass for sulfur is 32 gram per mole. So the answer is 0.25 mole. Okay, next question. Calculate the mole of oxygen. Given to you, the mass for oxygen is 10 gram, and then the molar mass for oxygen is 60, but you need to times 2. So 16 times 2 is 32. So 10 over 32 is 0.3125. Okay, so the mole for sulfur is 0.25 just now. Okay, now let's take a look at the mole ratio. In the chemical equation, 1 mole of sulfur will react with 1 mole of oxygen and then produce 1 mole of sulfur dioxide. So, if let's say 0.25 mole of sulfur, yes, it will react with 0.25 mole of oxygen and then produce 0.25 mole of sulfur dioxide. But, however, I am provided with 0.3125 mole. So therefore, oxygen is in excess. So if let's say in the question asks you which reactant is in excess, obviously the answer is oxygen because it has more than needed to react. But the question asks you which reactant is limiting reactant. So the answer is yes, you have it right. The answer is sulfur. So the answer for this question is sulfur. Okay, so I will give you this question as your homework. Keep practicing and see you guys next time. Bye.